Well, hello guys, it's legoshowtv here, and today I'll be doing a spoiler review of the best Star Wars movie ever! Besides The Force Awakens. And, that's my opinion, okay? My opinion. And, so, The Last Jedi! Where do I start? And I'm sorry for this camera moving oddly. And I'm sorry for any background noise, too. So, where to start with, this, review? First off, Poe Dameron is great. I'm trying to make this not do that moving thing here. I don't know what's wrong with it. But Poe Dameron is one of the best characters in this whole entire movie. Not that any of the other ones are bad or anything. I'll get to them, okay? I'll get to them. But Poe Dameron sticks to his guns and he believes in taking down the First Order and sticking to his own gut. Which you gotta do, okay? Sometimes you just gotta do it for the more stubborn people in the galaxy. And he makes Leia mad, and he makes Vice Admiral Holdo mad, which is the big girl, the woman with the big purple hair that comes in a resistance bomber. And yeah. I think my camera's been hacked, y'all. I think it's been hacked. Because it keeps moving around. It's like weird. But, oh my goodness. He is so good in this movie. And I did go to the restroom 2 times, and there was a point that Vice Admiral Holdo, Laura Dern, was making this big speech to him at one point, and I had to go to the restroom. And so I may have missed like 5 minutes of it. It's kind of a boring speech thing because he didn't like her and stuff. She's friends with Leia, so yeah. And speaking of Carrie Fisher, let's go to that real quick. Episode 9 was originally supposed to have a meeting of the twins. But since Carrie Fisher died, or passed away, they do it in this movie. So, yeah, that's the first thing. That's the first major thing that's going to be in this review, is that. And, she is Force sensitive. She does use the Force. But she does come in, she does survive the movie. She technically survives, so to speak, even though Carrie Fisher is actually gone. She technically does make it to the end of the movie. Don't believe anything you see in those trailers. Yes, some of the stuff is accurate, but like every trailer, it happens different. Especially for this one. And so, yeah, it happens different than the way you think. And it's the whole message of this movie is that sometimes, and even in real life, that things don't go the way you think. The outcome is not always the way you think it should be. And Rey learns that, KYLO learns that, Luke learns that. Even Carrie Fisher learns that, Leia learns it. There's just let's talk about Benicio del Toro. I was thinking this guy was gonna have a lot more to do, but he was like in Orlando, and there was another part that I went to the restroom on, and that was kind of one of the parts when they're in the bay at the end, and he is like betraying them or something. I had to go to the bathroom 2 different times, so yeah, I can distinctly remember going to the bathroom during Snoke's little bit and coming back and watching up to the Benicio del Toro parts and stuff like that. So, yeah, Benicio del Toro was kind of a not so good character, in my opinion. Kind of wasted. But, Rose was very good. Rose was cool. Finn, oh my goodness. There's this one part. It was like, no! I was like, don't! Like, don't you dare. Don't, no, 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 no. And, luckily, he makes it. Whew. I was like, I'm gonna live to fight another day, man. And, yeah. I was like, no. I was like, no, don't. And, but I'm kind of sad that there won't be more Rose than there was. That there is. I feel like her sacrifice was good, okay? Her sacrifice was brave. Her sister does sacrifice herself. And, yeah. She was just a one-off character for love for Finn. There's still potential for Rey and Finn to be together. And there was a moment of trickery in this movie. Mr. Rian Johnson is so good. And let's straight talk to the part about Luke Skywalker here. Mr. Mark Hamill, you did great. I want to see you come back. I want you back, man. I want you back for 9. Okay? And it's a satisfying way to, I guess, end the character. To say. There was a really big moment in the crate bit where him and Luke, him and Kylo Ren face off, and then Kylo Ren was trying to strike him down, and Finn, he was a hologram, and he rejects himself, and he becomes even weaker over time. So yeah, when you see him toward the end of the movie, he does force disappear, force vanish, force disappear, turn into a force ghost, disappears, does a magic act, like Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of did. And I want to confirm they hint toward it. They hint toward it. There is no Skywalkers. There is no mention of a Skywalker heritage to her. There is no mention of Palpatine. There is no mention of Kenobi. There is nothing like that. It is something about a junkyard person, which I think Kylo Ren is done deliberately to lie to Rey about it. He lied about it, potentially, to make her think that he knew about it, but he doesn't. And there was one moment where I literally called him a scumbag. I literally called, not Adam Driver himself, but talking about Kylo Ren in a sense. I literally called him a scumbag for one of the parts that he did. Let's talk about Snoke for a second. Snoke. He should have just stayed a hologram. Let's just say that. He should have just stayed a hologram. He should have just stayed a hologram. Because he got wasted. He died. Rip. Snoke. That is zoomed all the way into my stinking face. This camera is hacked. I guarantee it's hacked. Sorry, but yeah, I know it takes away from the review, but you'll be able to notice it. It's moving when I move. It's weird. And it's doing it on its own. Where to go next? It doesn't make it clear whether she's a Skywalker or anything. I thought she was gonna learn one part in the cave who her parents were, but I thought it was gonna be show her something that like Luke's did, potentially she comes from an evil thing, or I thought Snoke is gonna be like, I am your father, or something like that. There was no I am your cousin in this, I am your brother, or nothing. I'm so happy about that part. So thank goodness. Yeah, that's the thing. Who else do I talk about? Carrie Fisher's daughter does have a role in this. She's one of the first people you see in this movie. And so it's pretty cool. She has a role in it. Pretty large role. I think Admiral Akbar dies. Does he die? I think it's mentioned. And yeah. The Knights of Ren are not in this movie. Okay? There was an extra hour. Ryan Johnson confirmed that there was an extra hour worth of footage that I believe dealt with the Knights of Ren and stuff, because there was news report of the Knights of Ren, there was news report of a memorial to Han Solo, and yeah. Let's talk about Han Solo. It was a relief for me to know that they still gonna keep Han Solo in the memory, and so that kind of played factor into Kylo Ren's little arc over the whole thing, and I'm glad about that. And I'm glad to see Luke play trick for Kylo Ren. Play tricked on Kylo Ren. He basically tricked him before he died, so that was cool. I want to see more of Luke. Okay, I want more. That's exactly what they want me to do. That's exactly what they want me to say, and they've successfully succeeded in that. The ending, I felt, was pretty peaceful. When I think about it now, it's pretty peaceful. And so, peace and purpose. Peace and purpose. He was a very reluctant leader, or reluctant to train her. And so yeah. There was also a mention of a water beast. I saw there was something flipping in the water during one part. It was like for a mere second. But yeah, let's talk about porgs. Everybody wants to know the porgs. Everybody was going, oh, about the porgs. They were okay. They were cool. They had some funny moments. Chewbacca had some funny moments with it. It was nice. Hux. He was funny. There's literally a scene where KYLO does a Hulk punch. Kylo Ren is like, I'm the Supreme Leader now. And Hux is like, Supreme Leader, don't get overconfident in yourself. And then Kylo Ren goes, literally, like that. And yeah. They did pump up a little more of the language, a little bit language in this. But I laughed. I oversaw that. I overdid that, or I overlooked it. They gave it the benefit of the doubt, you know. But yeah, still solid movie. The chase scene was okay. It was cool. So that's the thing. I liked it more than other reviews that I heard. The Canto Bite one in particular. I wish Maz Kanata was in this more. She made a cameo appearance. And yeah, she made a cameo just to tell them about the Benicio del Toro's character. I think she could have explained where she got the hand from, you know, and, you know, I would have thought he would have told her about the hand, but the cutting off of the hand, of his hand, and I just would have thought that. And so yeah, overall, I am going to give this movie a 10 out of 10. No matter what you say, it is not a repeat of Empire Strikes Back. There are some moments, like when I was just about to tell you. I was leaning at what I was going to tell you or not. Someone green, someone short, and someone very, very smart is in this movie. And he causes a tree to catch on fire! And he was agreeing with Luke about the Jedi to end. In the part where he says it's time for the Jedi to end is way more dramatic in the trailer. I think it's just the music at that point that makes that one so dramatic. But when you see it in the movie, it's not like jaw-dropping as it was in a trailer for me. And yeah, it was a good moment. Yeah, plays into the story. Everything plays into the story. Okay, just everything does. I just wish they would have clarified it better. That is she a Skywalker? Is she a Kenobi? Is she a Palpatine? Just whatever. But I'm going to give this movie a 10 out of 10. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to say that Rian Johnson did a fantastic job. They sent off Carrie Fisher in the best way possible. She survives the movie. I want to see more of Luke. I want to see J.J. Abrams bring back Luke for a Force Ghost vision or something. I just want to see that. I want to see more of Poe. I want to see more of Finn. I want to see more of Benicio del Toro. I guess you can keep Grand Admiral whatever. Holdo. I want to see all of them back. Phasma! I forgot about Phasma. Oh my goodness. He does win the battle, But how I know that is Gwendolyn Christie herself was on Good Morning America and talking about her role from Game of Thrones and this one. And they had a video call from from John Boyega, and he's like, "You just remember who won that battle." So he does end up winning it. She burns in the fire. Just burns into the explosion. So, yeah. But that's about it for this review. So please comment, like, and subscribe. And remember, major spoilers. It will be in the title. I have warned you. If you get mad at your own fault. So, yeah. I'm sorry about any background noise. Can't really help that. And I'm sorry about this weird moving. But, yeah. If you could do me the favor of, if there's anything I forget, for some of you who do not want, even though you may watch this review, because, you know, it's me. For you people who have seen the movie, do not spoil anything. Even though this is a spoiler review, I ask you, do not spoil this. Don't go repeating on any other comment section that is a spoiler-free review about this movie. Do not. If I will know about it, I will find a way to figure out that you spoiled it for some other person. Because, believe it or not, I barely watched any reviews. I may have watched a little bit of Mike Zero here and there about that. About some stuff. But, I only watched the trailers. I barely watched beyond the trailers reviews enough where she told me about Yoda. Ugh. But, I just wanted it confirmed. But, yeah. That was pretty cool. Yoda was pretty cool. They sent both characters. They kept Leia, which is odd because of Carrie Fisher's death, passing, and they killed Luke, which I'm optimistic about. Because maybe that means she wasn't a Skywalker, she's not a Kenobi, she's not a Palpatine, she is just a junk scrap person. Her parents left her on there. Perhaps we'll never know. I don't know. Another thing is, I thought there was a little machine in Snoke's room. I thought it was going to tell her that, or he was going to tell her. But there was a moment where he, after he's died, Kylo Ren's like, "You want to know the truth about your parents?" And she's like, she's crying. She's literally physically crying. And this is the part where after she takes the lightsaber, and like you see she does in the trailer. Oh man, that part was just phenomenal. And then the part where they literally tear apart the lightsaber. That was pretty cool. And the part where she raises up all the rocks at the end. That was pretty cool. And I'm like, she's Skywalker. But I was just gonna say that. But I was gonna say it anyway. So yeah. That's about it. That's all I have to say for this review. So, heed my warning. Do not go spoil it in the comment sections of other reviews, because that is just very rude and wrong of you. And I wouldn't do it. So, don't do it. Be considerate. And, I'll block you if you even tell one little thing other than what I mentioned in this review. If there is anything I forget. So, yeah, because it's a long movie. It could have been an extra hour worth of footage. There's probably an extra. It's probably going to have an extra worth of footage on the DVD and Blu-ray, as Ryan Johnson says. That's probably why there was no Knights of Ren part, because supposedly there was going to be one where he ignites the green lightsaber, and kills all of the with the force pull, and she like falls off a cliff or something, and it's just some leaked stuff. And the force is not just about moving stuff, okay? It's just not about that. But yeah. And the Resistance really has some stuff going for it in this review, in this one. So yeah, I'll leave it up to your own interpretation. So yeah, just remember what I said. I'm not kidding. So don't be a scumbag like Kylo Ren. So yeah, don't be a hater either. If you don't like this movie, don't watch the review if you're gonna hate this. If you're gonna sit there and dislike the stinking video because you don't like it, because something didn't go in realistically the way you think, I'm not just saying it because he says it in the movie. I'm saying it. If you didn't get your way, if you didn't get your stinking answer the way that I did, then don't sit there and dislike it. Move on. That is the problem with some of people. They just hit dislike for no reason. Just don't do that. But please comment, like, and subscribe, and may the Force be with you. Bye.